how will the green team drive sustainability and the plan and agenda within an organisation?
So this is that push and pull one again. It's that depends on the management structure and also sort of the industry and the geography of the organisation. If they are in a flood area, they might be much more open to looking at SUDs, sustainable urban drainage systems, if that's where you're going to go. So, but if they're in an urban environment, they might not feel that they're impacted by it. So a lot of this will depend on the geography of where they're at and how close they are to climate change, if they're feeling it. And it will also depend on C-suite, how aware C-suite are of the change in policy and expectation that's coming down the line. And I honestly think a lot of the frequency will change the conversation for it. So if it's stop and start, it's going to have less of an organic flow. Once you start that conversation, there's an element that it becomes you get into this space where people sort of go, oh, it's too difficult, and you need to kind of push through that. But that's a very real part of the problem here, and you just need to really be aware that that's going to come. That people say, it's just, I want to do the right thing, but it's just really complicated. And so you just have to be really honest up front that that's going to happen at some point for every single conversation around this. And then once you push past it, that's where the opportunity is. And it can be quite disheartening when you're going through all the data and everything, but how you affect an organization is, it depends on the organization and how open they are to hearing from the green team and how much they're prepared to put into practice the recommendations that are coming from the green team. The other thing I would say is if the green team feel that they're not going anywhere, you'll be surprised how quickly these things bring about momentum if you bring them into action. So if the green team want to affect the behavior of the C-suite, for instance, and they don't feel like they're being listened to, if they implement things like cycling clubs or car clubs or petition that they want to have certain days that they work at home so that they're reducing the energy in that department, and they can put it on paper and show the difference that they've made. If they can produce some quantifiable data, it tends to make a big difference. So if you feel like you're not getting anywhere with C-suite, do something, figure out the data on it, present it to C-suite and say, look, this is what we've done without any support. Imagine what we could do with your support. And also when you feel part of a team like that, if you're all cycling or if you're all encouraging each other to do car sharing, then there becomes a sort of enthusiasm for the subject that more people want to get involved in, and so it sort of snowballs. So I just think if you start, you're starting from the hardest place because you're probably not being heard, although the appetite for that's changing considerably, but just keep going with it and find ways of reaching milestones, having goals, and sort of saying, okay, so they're not listening to us, so what we're going to do is we're going to prove it to them that it works. And so in order to do that, we're going to do this and show them.